Hey guys, welcome to this week's Angler News KZN Fishing Report. We are Vanessa Green, Ray Thompson, Angler News, and it's proudly brought to you by the Kingfisher. So guys, this week's fishing, Ray, you fished, I fished. I didn't do well, we did go south.
Yeah,
right?
we did. We definitely went south.
I fished the Wild Coast area. I was in front of Wild Coast. I was fishing that river mouth, and I went undergun. Right? I told you I was going to go out to have some fun. I was with my family. I carried light tackle, and it did not work.
Yeah,
And just got washed away. And then I did catch a couple perch in the river with some drop shot stuff, but nothing worth even taking a photo of. How was your fishing?
It was absolutely excellent.
Yeah?
Unfortunately, I fished the wrong area.
Now, why? Where did you go?
I fished the Trafalgar area. It was very, very sanded up.
Yeah.
But Dean, Pretorius and them, they Marlin Angling Club, fished Splash, Sparrows,
Right.
Ladder, that area. And they got a lot of hounds. I mean, I think they ended up with 380 points in total.
Wow.
So a lot of hounds. They got an odd diamond, odd blue ray thrown in between. I know Dean hooked a big blackfin.
Right.
He reckons 100+ kilos.
Whoa,
And he fished,
nice.
fought the fish for about an hour there off of Splash.
Yeah.
And it's not the easiest place to land a fish, especially a fish of that
No,
size.
of course not. It
And
can be very dangerous out there.
Yeah, I know.
There has been incidents.
especially with that sea the way it was. And then, he lost the fish, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
It's a shame.
they did well, we did badly. That's all I can say.
Well, you were the only one. I heard guys that were fishing come up north struggle.
Yeah,
So
they
our
did.
prediction was right for
South
the
was
third
right.
time, fourth time in a row. Going south, it was
South
right.
was right,
Now
definitely.
stay tuned because Ray is going to tell you where to go this weekend. But let's kick off this report, Ray. All right. So starting off down the south coast, a good variety of fish coming out. Inedibles, edibles, lots of good fish on the offshore side.
Yeah.
But there's been a ton of hounds still around.
A lot of hounds. Obviously, the water's still cold, still dirty. But when that southwesterly came through on Saturday, it pretty much put a halt on it.
Yeah.
But we've got a whole lot of days coming up. I'll talk about that later on.
Absolutely. We were chatting about that earlier. But back to the fishing down the
Yeah.
south coast. Ray, there's been a lot of small hammerheads.
Hammers.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I think the challenge is the guys getting that fish off Margate Pier.
Catching them and hooking them
Yeah.
and then releasing.
That's the biggest thing. We don't want to see fish wounded. We don't want to see fish struggling.
Yeah.
So, I think the biggest thing is release them quickly.
Yes.
And get that
Get
hook
that hook
out
out.
as fast as possible. Get them
Take
back
a
in the
photo
water.
and
Yeah.
put it back as quickly as you can. Yeah, the hammerhead is a very delicate fish.
Yes.
And also when handling it, don't grab it in the gills. Hold it underneath, protect the stomach, hold it by the
Exactly.
pecs, put it back in the water.
Yeah.
Don't grab it on the
Yeah,
top.
it's shocking. I still see one or two images where guys are catching flatfish and they're still sticking their fingers. I don't know
in
what.
the gills,
Yeah.
spiracles there.
No.
Okay,
Guys,
we must-
always carry a wet cloth. Handle your fish with care. Get that fish out. Remove your hook. Take your photo and get it back as fast as possible. There's no need to do videos with that fish. You can talk about it later. Now, moving on from the south coast, Ray, down to Warner Beach. Well, actually, Scottsboro, Park Rennie, and Pennington. I had a couple of mates going out, but those were more going out just to have some fun and scratch a bit. I didn't hear much going on. You heard anything
Yes,
from the offshore
definitely.
side?
There was a honey of 50, 60 kilos caught. There
nice.
was
Yeah.
a lovely sandy. So there were a couple of fish at the gully.
Okay.
Obviously moving up towards Scotty's and that, our famous angler, I won't mention his name, No Neck. We call him No Neck.
Well,
He
No
got-
Neck is watching this and you'll probably know who you're talking about. Yeah.
He got 2 spinners. 5 kilo spinners and that in that howling, terrible condition. So there were fish around, and now that the sea's become a lot better, flat as you can see.
Yeah.
It's 27 degrees out here, guys. That's why we're wearing glasses. It is absolutely killers
Yeah.
at the moment. With the weather coming nice and the northeasties that are coming up for the next couple of days, those fish are definitely going to turn on the south coast.
100%. I believe it might turn on in more areas than the south coast. That's
100%.
because that's where we're going to be going. But anyway, that's for just now. Warner Beach and Amanzan Tochi, rock and surf has been bleak.
Yeah, quite. Absolutely quite.
Not even in the river, there's been some action.
No, quite.
However, where there was action was off the ski boat this week, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if the fish came out from there, but there was a lot of fish that could be seen at the Warner Beach Ski Boat Club this week. So Saturday was a difficult day. The guys struggled to get out. Conditions weren't the best. However, Sunday they did bring in a fair amount of fish. Lots of Captain Fines, Rockard, Bonito. Right, speaking
A lot
of
of bottom fish too.
yeah, oh, plenty bottom fish, plenty bottom fish. But there's been a lot of bonito, and I've been, like ridiculous amount of bonito out there.
And some big ones.
Yeah, huge ones. What I mean, there were some that just were a bit undersized, but there were a lot of big ones. So yeah, guys, a lot of good fish on the offshore side coming out of Warner Beach. But Rock and Surf, I didn't hear much. Ray didn't hear much, and that's your backyard.
And then moving up to the north coast.
Well, actually, before we go to the north coast, let's talk about Durban.
Yeah.
No.
No,
Nothing.
I've heard nothing.
Yeah, I heard about a few fish here and there, but nothing crazy out of Durban.
No.
Yeah.
Waste of time.
Okay. All right.
Waste of time.
Where's
Go north.
Well, the harbor did get some fish.
Yeah, that's
There's not interested in the harbor, guys. In the harbor, there has been some fish. A couple grunter, but okay, that's all.
Grunter in the harbor.
There's always grunter in the harbor. Okay, right. Fine. So no fireworks out of Durban. However, while we're talking in Durban, we've got a couple days of north coming through.
That is
right?
correct. We've got some lovely weather.
The sea is looking flat as a lake already. It's a peach of a day out here. Are we going to be getting fish in Durban this weekend?
Definitely.
And what fish are we getting in Durban this weekend?
We've got literally 7 to 8 days. Now remember, it's the 20th today. So you've got 7 to 8 days of northeasterly.
Right.
From Saturday onwards, this whole beachfront, all the way through to Mgeni, the whole way up to Mshlonga, is going to cook with flatfish. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, this place is going to operate.
All right. And we're looking at more of those sandies.
Sandies, diamonds, all your flatfish, really are summer fish. Honeycombs that come through to this area will definitely be here. They'll be pushed in nicely. The water will go brown and dirty and cold. You will have blue bottles, not this bright. I tell you what, this water is absolutely crystal clear. You can see the whole reef, and it's full high tide now. So you can imagine what it's going to be like when it comes to Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's going to be.
So this is Wednesday. The northwest is starting today, and we want to give it about 2 to 3 days, before we get those rods bent.
That is correct.
Fantastic.
Good afternoon, Vanessa and all anglers. Yeah, it is the 20th of March. It is a Wednesday. I'm here at Sheffield Salt Rock. As you can see, the water is looking good. Very peaceful. So yeah, definitely get a bait out there tomorrow on the public holiday. And yeah, all the best. Tight lines.
All right, moving up the north coast, Ray.
But
Yes,
there's been very
talk to me.
little fish up on the north coast. A lot of little spinners, multis, little hammers and that, all the way up into Zini and that. The odd sandy has come out, but it's not the conditions for them.
No.
This week coming, I promise you now, doesn't matter where you go, north or south, everywhere is going to be firing.
Oh, I like that. He's got guns everywhere.
I'm going to be right. Doesn't matter which way I go, I'm going to be right with what's going to.
Okay, so I know you invited me to come and fish out over here Friday night. Saturday night. So Saturday night, we're going to probably be out here. Monday, we're aiming to be at Mtinzini Banks. But before we talk about what's going to be happening in Mtinzini, on the offshore side out of Bolito, guys, there's been a lot of tuna, some nice sized tuna. Apart from the tuna, a ton of bonito. And Ray, after covering that ski boat comp this weekend, the guys are telling me the sharks are ridiculous.
I've never seen so many sharks around.
Yeah, guys are struggling to bring that fish in. Every fish is getting taken by a shark.
That is correct. I think those sharks have been well educated. They now understand what a motor of a boat sounds like, or a paddle ski. It's just
the sound of a paddle.
I promise you, the paddle ski guys are complaining. Ski boat guys are complaining. Everyone's complaining about the shark. If you don't get that fish out within 30 seconds, I promise you that shark's on it. The blackfin, there are so many blackfin around, and big rays. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous out there.
Okay, well,
Yeah, don't go
One
fishing on a
fast.
ski boat. Don't waste your time.
go fishing on your skateboard, guys. Don't worry about him. He's just purely a rock and surf angler. Now, you want to start rock and surf?
Yeah.
What are we doing at Tanzania on Monday?
Tanzania Monday, that's going to rock with the flatfish. As long as the weatherman's writing what his predictions are,
Yeah.
he's forecasting up until basically Thursday from now, Thursday next week,
Wow.
that the weather is going to be northeasterly and it's lovely winds. It's that autumn kind of conditions that we look for. Hot, hot, hot. And the northeast is going to blow. It's going to bring that cooler water in. And the diamonds absolutely love it. So do the sandies, so do the honeycombs.
Yes.
So there's going to be a lot of fish around, whether you're on the north coast, middle north coast, Durban area, Mamson, Texas,
Yeah.
all the way down to Margate. For those that want to catch hound sharks, Margate's going to be the place.
100%.
That whole area from Margate South.
Hound sharks and hammerheads.
They are, without a doubt. So the
So
holiday makers that come, you're in for a good weekend. So come down to Durban. It's a
Carry
lovely
heavy stuff.
weekend, lovely Easter weekend coming up, guys.
yeah, exactly. Now, just to round off the saltwater report, Ray, Richards Bay, St. Lucia. Dean has still been getting some nice fish.
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw some pictures of him with sandies and big browns and that.
So the
It's only going to
inedible,
get better.
it is.
Yeah, so he's getting
100%.
fish,
So
you know,
rock and
practically
surf, North Coast, Richards Bay, St. Lucia. The non-edge show is still going on. If you're taking a boat up for this holiday period, while on the offshore side, a lot of kuta, some good tuna, a lot of snook, right?
Oh, snook? Yeah, well, I tell you what, Nutty's brought me some snook heads for our fishing.
Yeah, our fishing. We'll be fishing.
okay.
Yeah.
For our fishing this week coming. And you got them here from Gani, Umslanga, that area there. So the snook are around, even in these conditions that we're having now. It's only going to get better for us.
100%.
Better for him anyway.
So it's better for us, it's better for the holiday makers. If you're a holiday maker and still want to try your hand at some freshwater fishing, well, bass. It's purely bass. Bass has been the talk of KZN over this past week. So Albert Falls has been on fire.
Yes.
Midmar has been on fire. Inanda has been doing quite well. And Hazelmere is doing well. But Ray, I've heard at this time of the year, this is predicted, expected, whatever it may be, that the fish are coming closer to the bank because of the vegetation, and it's the change of season where they want to feed.
Yeah,
right?
they're feeding up.
Yeah, so if you're on holiday and you don't come down with a boat and you're fishing off the banks, it's a great time to do bass fishing.
Yeah.
So KZN this weekend is going to be absolutely fantastic. We are in for a treat these school holidays. You know, we got 7 days off northeasterly.
That is correct.
Ray's pointing his hands all over the place.
Don't know which way to go anymore.
All right.
Take your pick. Where you want to go?
All right. Well, this week, I'm going where you're going. You are fishing here on Saturday at the basin?
Saturday, Zini on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You're not coming as well?
I'm not coming all those days.
Sorry for you.
I'm coming some days. Some of us have to work.
Sorry.
All right, final predictions. Where are you sending KZN this weekend? Well, not just this weekend. Where would you send KZN over these school holidays?
Yeah. Take your
Durban
pick.
Beach.
Hey, I promise you, this weekend, remember beachfront area, this whole ski boat DUC area, from 6 to 6. So in other words, 6 o'clock in the evening till 6 o'clock in the morning. You can only fish in this area.
Yeah.
After that, you have to go north of Amoya. You can fish the beachfront area there. But Umtanzini, we've got spring tides on Saturday. We've got lovely conditions. The wading banks are going to cook. Zini's going to cook. Umtanzini, I'm telling you now, if you want to catch a big flap, non-edible, that's the place to go.
That's where we're going.
That's where we're going.
Absolutely.
And poor old Dean that stays all the way down there, he's going to play around with hound sharks.
So guys, pay attention to next week's report and see if the banter continues. Until next week, I am Vanessa Green. This is Ray Thompson, Angling News South Africa, with your KZN report, proudly brought to you by the Kingfisher. Guys, this is the highlights. If you want the full report, listen to our podcast. Until next week, Ray, we are heading north.
Definitely, because I promise you now, this lining up of these conditions are absolutely fantastic. 7 to 8 days of northeasterly only happens once a year. And that's this week coming.
Oh, no, that's a bold statement.
No, it's coming.
That's a bold statement. I am eager for it. If I am wrong, you will see us on camera with me giving him the chop. Just my man. All right, heading north.
South.